Okay, here, hello guys, how are you? For the readers of book Glitter, there is answer key from the chapter Jim Corbett. Now let's see. And please, before I start, I would like to say that please subscribe my channel, like it and share it among your friends. Okay, now let's see the answers. Unit 8, Section 2, Jim Corbett. Answer orally. Number one day Jim Corbett was out with three military officers in one of the lakes and river areas of North India. They saw a large batch of waterfowl. The officers began shooting mercilessly till they had killed 300 of them. It was a large scale slaughter that shocked Corbett's conscience. Number two, Jim Corbett would lecture children of various schools on his favorite subject, the jungle telegraph. He would announce the arrival of a tiger and imitate sounds made by various animals of the jungle to arouse the interest of children. He would modulate his voice to explain how animals reacted when the tiger was sleeping or on the prowl. He was very good at imitation of animal cries, and the children just loved to hear that. Next exercise, multiple choice question. For first one part A, for second one part B, for third one part D, for fourth one part C. Next exercise, read and answer. Number one, Jim Corbett was fond of hunting but later turned into a naturalist. One day, three military officers accompanying him fired at a batch of waterfowl and killed 300 of them. He had shut his eyes, but when he saw such uninhibited and merciless shooting just for the sake of pleasure, he was shaken up. He had a change of heart and decided to work for the preservation of wildlife rather than harm them. Here is a picture of Mr. Jim Corbett with a killed tiger, as you can see, and you can use this one in your answer book. Number two, Jim would often lecture school children on his favorite subject, the jungle telegraph. He would announce the arrival of a tiger and imitate sounds made by various birds and animals like the jungle babbler, peafowl, langur, cheetal, sambar, the deer tribe, and many others. He would modulate his voice to indicate how animals change their call when the tiger was sleeping, stalking, or under cover. Finally, he would first growl like a tiger softly and later loudly. The children would be spellbound while listening to all that and enjoy thoroughly. There is a picture of Mr. Jim Corbett. This is his real picture. You can use this one also in your answer book. Number three, it reveals that he was a lover of nature and wildlife. He was a conservationist and concerned about the fate of tigers and their habitat. When no one was thinking about it, he was thinking of the preservation of wildlife and ecological matters. He was a pioneer in establishing wildlife sanctuaries. Next exercise, think and answer. Number one, it is true that Jim Corbett was a pioneer in conservation of wildlife. Shikar was popular among men, but the later spoke against hunting of animals. He wrote articles and books, would lecture children, made documentaries, interacted with locals to help them realize that wildlife had to be preserved, otherwise tigers and many other animals would soon become extinct. Number two, young children have impressionable minds and can be molded in the right way. Jim Corbett often visited schools, interacted with students, and lectured them about wildlife preservation. He would show documentaries, mimic animals to enable students to realize the beauty of wildlife and the need to protect it. He wanted them to realize that we should let animals live. They found his lectures interesting and informative. There is a present picture of Jim Corbett. This is Nama Resort in Jim Corbett. You can use this one also. Number three, part A, hunters who sit on a platform on trees. Part B, hunter who go for royal shikhar or killing sprees sitting on elephants. Part C, hunters on feet. Next exercise, reference to context. Part A, Jim Corbett said this. Part B, that refers to the mindless killing of a large batch of waterfowl by three military officers. About 300 of them were killed. Part C, he realized what ordinary, uninhibited hunting and shooting meant. He decided that he would shoot in a different way now. Part D, the significance is that after this he changed from a hunter of wildlife to a photographer of wildlife. He realized that photography required more skill and gave him a greater thrill. Next exercise, word quiz. Answer is part B, cacophony. Next exercise, time for discussion. Jim Corbett, a brave man, encouraged to oppose and speak out against greedy poachers, hunter who killed for pleasure, was the first one to take up such a cause, educated people about importance of wildlife, lectured, showed documentaries, convinced government to frame policies, involved people to save tigers and other animals, prevent from extinct, took a brave stand and firmly reiterated that wild animals should be saved. Next exercise, grammar. Question words. For A part, first one when, second how many, third what, fourth which, fifth whom, sixth does. For part B, first one where, second when, third what time, fourth why, fifth what. Next exercise, reported speech, part A. He started talking to her and asked if the little girl knew Persian. The girl replied that she knew a little less and a little more. Akbar could not understand it, so he asked Birbal to explain this. Birbal said that she knew Persian a little more than those who did not know Persian and knew a little lesser than those who knew Persian well. Part B, number 1 loved, number 2 had gone, number 3 would, number 4 had been, number 5 had. Next exercise, B word wise. Part A, spacious, superstitious, racial, permission, chivalry, nation, patient, rational. Part B, louder, thunder, flash, lightning, pour, trains, blocked streets, schools, buses could not fly, rainy day, rainwater, receded, filth, hub, mosquitoes. Part C, number 1, joyous, glad, cheerful, elated. Number 2, gloomy, depressed, upset, unhappy. Part D, number 1, International Standard Book Number. Number 2, International Organization of Standardization. Number 3, National Institute of Fashion Technology. Number 4, Indian Institute of Technology. Number 5, Personally Identifiable Information. Next exercise, listen. Number 1, by Anita Anand. Number 2, venue, Vismaya Art Gallery. Number 3, date from 25th September 2016 till 30th September 2016. Number 4, time 9 am to 5 pm. Next exercise, learn to use the dictionary. Experts, professionals, machines, constituents of the computer, foundation, that on which anything rests, most of, the greater part, made to suit requirement, made to order, programs, program designed to control input and output operations, different, diverse, related to proper reasoning, consistent in point of reasoning, to carry into effect, fulfill. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Goodbye.